Hello everyone, welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play episode 123. And the bridge is done. I'm really happy with it. I like it. I think it's different. It doesn't have a certain style to it necessarily. It's got a lot of nice natural shapes to it. Support, which I think is an important aspect to making things look good in Minecraft. You don't always need support, and definitely with some of the fantasy things we're probably going to be doing, stuff won't have support all the time. And if it does have support, it's going to be so ridiculous. Like, it's going to be the tiniest support beam or something ridiculous. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, this is I like it. I like the natural shapes to it and everything. Definitely helps, because last night when I was like, okay, well, I want to build my house over here, I was like, oh god, I got to build a bridge real fast, because going across this river back and forth is a pain in the ass. So it felt very, very necessary to me. So there's still a few things that need to be done on here, like put lights on it and put trapdoors around the top, and we're basically just gonna put glowstone on the top and then put trapdoors around it. So yeah, let's do that first, and then the rest of the episode we will try and plan out our house. Not plan out the whole thing, but kind of get an idea of maybe how we want to do it. So, because I don't have any ideas at the moment, but yeah, I do want to come up with some stuff. I'm still trying to work in that companion series too. I'm trying to think of what to call it, so it may be a little while before that comes out. But it'll definitely help us with this project, undertaking this entire project, and it'll definitely help you guys for sure. Trying to think of a name to call it. If you guys want to help me out on what the name should be, basically just kind of giving you an idea of what the series is. Let me stretch here for a moment. Basically, to give you an idea on what the series is, it's a companion series to go along with this, and basically in the series, each episode we would talk about different topics, and it'd be a building series, and in each episode it would be like, okay, how do we figure this out, or how do we inspire creativity, or how do we do so and such. Like, let's say I wanted to do an episode on bridges, right? I would lay out like, okay, here's 3 different types of bridges, right? And I would always try and correlate it at the time that the episodes were coming out with what we were doing in this series. Like, for example, I could make an episode about bridges. I'm like, okay, well, I needed to come up with a bridge, right? And I decided to go with it more natural looking shape to it. But there's also other types of bridges, and I would cite examples, and I would do so and such. Or maybe I would have an episode on how to inspire your creativity, and I would say, like, well, this is what I do to mix it up and change things and get out of a repeated bad habit of building things that you can't come up with anything new, and other things like that. Just stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go use the restroom. I'm about to die over here. I will be right back with you guys. Alright, everyone, we are back. I feel much better. It was an emergency, guys. Alright, so, yes, let's fix this. Do that. And while we're doing this, I want to talk about a few things. I have a lot of things on my mind lately. One of those being my personal Twitter, which I'm not going to give out, but I have I had 5,900 something tweets, right? And a lot of it was just like my ignorant, like, rage fueled stuff, right? Like whenever I'm just angry at something, and I'll just like get on Twitter and just spam, and that's what I usually do on my personal Twitter. Because I've talked before about how, like, I'm a nice person, and I can be nice on here, and I'm doing my thing, right? This is my thing. I love doing this, and I'm having a lot of fun. But I'm just like everybody else too. I get angry. and so on and so forth. And yeah, so I mean, I okay, I was trying to think of how to make these, but I remember. Uh, so yeah, I a lot of it was that, and I felt really stupid about it coming into the new year. I was like, that's just a documentation of me being ignorant. Like, like, can we fix this? And so I found a thing to delete all my tweets, and I deleted all my tweets, and now all my tweets, although may not be appropriate, I use a lot of swearing in real life. A lot of cuss words, curse words, whatever you want to call them. I like to say curse words because I feel like it's more proper. Whenever people say cussing, I feel like it's not proper for some reason. It's not proper English. I feel like it's like some kind of weird Southern slang thing. And it's mostly because of the way people say it down here. When people say it down here, they have that really hard Southern slang, and they'll be like, you cussing? You shouldn't be cussing. Quit using them cuss words. And it's so stupid. I hate it when people say cussing. It's like, what? I didn't hang out with my cousin. What are you talking about? No, you're cussing. That was a lame joke. But yeah, I deleted a lot of my tweets. I apparently can't delete all of them. Apparently Twitter only stores like 3,200 tweets at a time, and so that means that there's like 2,700 tweets on my account that I can't even read right now, and then I got like 10 new tweets that I've been tweeting. That's like actual normal, still a little bit of adult content as far as the language goes, but I'm not raging and being ignorant and so on and so forth. Yeah, because I've had that Twitter account since like 2009. I first started tweeting on it like 2012, I think. Which, I mean, shit, for like almost 3 years ago. I mean, technically it is 3 years ago, but I mean, we're right at the beginning of 2015, so I still consider it 2 years ago. But 2012, I mean, I was still a sophomore. I was still really stupid in school. So, I mean, it is what it is. I might have actually been a junior in 2012. Yeah, I was a junior. I was a junior for 2012, 2013, 2013 to 14. I was a senior, yeah. So I was a junior. But I was still really stupid then, too. Because that was when I first started getting into political stuff, and I started, becoming... I was fairly left at the time. Like, now, if you ask me my political views, I'm fairly independent. And I just kind of varies on a topic-to-topic basis on what I believe. But, yeah, at the time, I was pretty left. I was pretty liberal at the time, and I was sharing a lot of stuff I don't even agree with anymore. And yeah, people change. Okay, so we got that done, I think. Did we get all that done? Oh, no. Okay, we still need 1, 2, 4. We still need 6 things. So give me all that, please. Give me that. 1, 2, 6. All right, there we go. It's not how you count 1, 2, 6, but whatever. All right. So and yeah, there's other things I want to talk about too. Twitter was one of those. I don't know, man. I'm excited for 2015. I've talked sometimes about my OCD, like my legitimate OCD. I both have the OCD, like the internet OCD, where people are like, I'm so OCD, and they just like things neat and organized. I'm that way too, but I also have like some legit OCD issues, or like I think my house is gonna burn down because cutting off my light switch doesn't feel right. That's my biggest thing, is my light switches in general. I feel like because in my house they're not flip switches. They're just basically levers. Not levers. You know how the normal house switches are just things you flip up and it stays up, and you flip down and it stays down? Well, on mine, in my house, it's the alternate kind. It's kind of like modern, I guess. I don't know. Where like you just kind of press the top of it. You could use like 2 fingers and press the top of it, and it kind of goes in. And it's almost like a balance thing. That's what it looks like, because because it kind of arcs. And so, like, if you push it up top, then the bottom will be sticking out more. But if you push up down, then the top will be sticking out more, so on and so forth. I think you guys get what I'm talking about. If you don't, then I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know any other way to describe it. But let me stop from that topic real quick, and talk about the bridge. Okay, so we're finished with the bridge. I want to try and work out some of my house, but let me finish the story real quick. So, yeah, those are, and like for some reason I feel like my house is gonna burn down because they cut off some of them. Some of them in my house are messed up, so like they'll spark, and it's really messed up. They'll spark, like if you cut them on and then like they're kind of barely touching, they'll spark and they'll go, and then like we gotta like push it real hard and make sure it stays on or it's off. Because if it stays in between, it can start like trying to spark or whatever. Because it's like barely getting connection. It's just the way those light switches are. And my dad needs to fix them, but it's kind of hard in our house to fix those. And my dad's not like a super great electrician. He knows a little bit, but he's not like Superman electrical or whatever, I don't know. Anyways, and yeah, so I have a real phobia now of those light switches burning down the house. Yeah, so I'm pretty OCD, but I can't remember where I was going with that topic. Oh, I remember where I was going with that topic. 2015. My favorite number is 5, and anything that ends in a 0 or a 5, any multiples of 5, I enjoy. And so 2015 is a year that ends in 5, and I really love the number 5. And I don't know why I love the number 5 so much, but I do. I also love the number 25. 25 is a big favorite. 95 is a big favorite too. And it's really weird. It's because they're synonymous with like my birth date and stuff. But that's why I love my 5s, because to give you guys my birthday, I was born 5/25/95, and so I just love 5s. I don't know. It's something about it. When I see my birth date on paper, I love it. Maybe it's because I'm conceited. I don't know. But I think it's cool. So this right here is where the center of our house is going to be. I've already decided this is where the door will be. Now, I don't have any ideas on which way to take it. There's several things we're going to want. I have a book right here of local stuff that we need to do, which we'll worry about that later. But house requirement list. Okay, so we're gonna need a bedroom for sure. We're gonna need at least one bedroom, and I want this house to be fully functional too. I think that's a thing I forgot to mention. I want this house just to be functional for me. It doesn't have to have like extravagant bedrooms and make sense. I just want it to work for me, like a base, but I want it to look like a house. So it's going to have a place where I'm going to do my storage, which shouldn't be too difficult, but we're going to have a place for our storage, right? I'm going to need an enchanting room for sure. I'm going to need some sort of kitchen / smelting / brewing area. I just said that really country. Brewing. We're brewing shit. What other things we're going to need? I don't know. I'll probably I don't need a pet room. That's kind of ridiculous. I don't know. These are the main requirements I wanted: bedroom, storage, enchanting, kitchen, smelting, brewing. Kitchen for the smelting and the brewing. I feel like there's another room that I want. I don't know. So this house doesn't have to be super huge. I'm really just going to kind of see how it plays out. But I would like it to at least be 2 stories. And yeah, I don't want it to be like some single level compound. I want it to be like 2 stories, kind of concise, small rather. And I want it to be cool. So let's talk hallway width. I think we're for sure going to want 3 wide in the hall, but that also means I want the walls super decorated. I feel like walls are never decorated enough. So, I need a block to like signify this is the center of the house. And then I'll consider this like the hall wall. Right? So, let's use this as like a post, right? This is the hall wall. And these are where the actual outside walls are. This is where the outside, like, what the hell was that noise? This is where like the outside decoration comes in, like where the beefing up of the house comes from. And this is the inside wall decoration, and that's the main wall. I don't know. We'll have to. This is kind of weird. It's kind of hard to plan out, you know, because it's this might actually end up being the first episode of the companion series. I don't know. Okay, so I don't know. Let's see. If this is going to be our center, right here, this is where the door is going to be, then let's try and think about the layout, right? So if the door, let's do this for sakes, because the block there is messing me up. This is the door, right? We come through the door, and, or actually, nah, the door's fine. Single door's fine. I don't like double doors. Mostly because it's odd number, but whatever. Okay, so then we come through, and what are we gonna have? What are we gonna have when we come through? The layout is particularly the hardest to come up with. What are we gonna want? What are we gonna want? All right, so I'm gonna work through this on camera just so I can try and help you guys as well. Okay, so the things I want, three wide hallways, like I said, right? So that means that this would be like this, and then that, right? Okay, no problem. And then this would be 3 wide. I kind of don't like 3 wide hallways. What about 4 wide hallways? 4 wide hallways also would fit better for paintings at the end of hallways. It just would. You can go odd numbers sometimes with builds, but you'd really have to be particular about what it is. I like when it's an odd number like this and just a space, it doesn't matter because it's not the total width of the house. So you can go, people always tell you to use odd numbers, but you can go even numbers in a thing like this with the hallway, for example, just because of simply what it is. It's not the entire length of the house. This might be 4 wide, but guess what? We got 2 over here. We got 1 over here. That's 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. So you got 7. And the total length of the house is not necessarily odd. You'll want the total length of the house, though, to be odd for the roof, most likely. Depending on the roof. Like, if you're building roofs with points, which a lot of this I'll probably point out in my companion series, but if you're building roofs with points, you're not really going to want to do odd numbers in the total width and length of the house, because it just looks better if it can have a singular block as a point, but that also depends on the size. It really just depends on what you're doing. You can try it out. The best thing I can say is if you're trying to figure out, well, how do I want to do this roof? You know, this house works out better for me if it's in an odd number or something, or in an even number. Then you can try it. You can try different things. Experiment with the roof. You don't necessarily have to have a point on a roof. You can have flat roofs. You can have other things. You just got to do things to dress it up properly. So yeah, it is what it is. All right. So. Let's see. If we want 4 wide hallways, right? Let's just put a singular block here because this is messing me up. Just to kind of signify, like, okay, this is how wide a hallway is. We want 4 wide hallways. Because that feels like I'm walking through a decent sized hall. Now, we're going to want doors to places. We're going to want big open areas to places. One of the things that we need, right, is a enchanting area, right? Now, an enchanting area could be a place where a bunch of books are around. You can turn it into a library for decoration. Perfect. So that means we're going to put the enchanting area in a library in the house. I kind of want my bedroom in the top floor. Let's see. I don't know how many blocks, but let's say, yeah, this is going to be really tough to plan out. I'm going to see how long I've been recording. I'll be right back. Okay, only 20 minutes. Only 20 minutes. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right, so, right here. All right, let's see. If we're going to build a library, I kind of want it. I kind of have this idea, and I've had this idea for a while, to have a library with a giant glass front room where, like, you can see the library clearly, and it's going to have sitting spaces, and it's going to have your enchanting, obviously, in this situation, and it's going to have like a big glass door or big glass window. So I'm thinking that the layout of the house is very important as to what we want to get to. Most of the time we're going to be, let's think about this. These are things you'll want to think about too, and I'm hoping I'm helping you guys with this. What are we going to come in here most of the time for? Most of the time we're not going to come in here for enchanting. It's going to be kind of a thing that we have in our house if we need it. So the biggest things we're going to come in here for is storage and sleeping. So storage is a big thing. Storage is a really huge thing. I'm thinking that the library could just be straight ahead in, maybe back here somewhere. It just passed through, and maybe having a double staircase up. Like I said, we're going to build this house pretty much from the inside out. So I more or less need a place. I don't know. I got to figure this out. It's going to be weird. It's going to be really weird to figure this out. But once we get the ball rolling, it'll be really easy. We're surrounded by these trees. This landscape is perfect, man. I love it. I absolutely love this landscape. So we can have the straight through, and that would be the thing. I was thinking maybe we head right and we have storage. I don't know how the storage room is going to be designed though, and bedroom as well. So that means staircase. So let's grab some stairs just for effect. We have some. Oh, hello. These aren't what the stairs are going to be made out of, but since we're having 4 wide halls, right? And this is a single wide door though, so the stair railing can start right here, and then the stairs can start here, so 3 away from the center point. Yeah, I like that. And then this would be an outside wall of the thing, but that's fine because it could be an outside wall. And then let's say if this is the outside wall, that's the decoration that leads down the hallway, and then this is just the regular wall, but it has the decoration all alongside of it to make it whatever it gives. I'm basically giving myself on the inside. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give myself 1 block of room to play with, so that it doesn't intrude into the hallway walk space. And this also allows us to set up some sort of lighting system, maybe with carpets, and that sort of thing. So that works. Let's put this here as railing. 2 wide stairway is fine. Let's break that. And this isn't going to be final either necessarily. I'm just trying to get an idea of how we're going to do this. And maybe even how tall this is going to be. This house is going to be a long project. Long project. I want this house to be perfect. I really do. So there's some things we have to consider. This has got to go up a good ways. This is kind of wide for the thickness that's going to be here. The thickness. That's what she said. Let's do this real quick. Let's do this 2, 3, 4. I want to try this. This is, I'm trying to arch this so that 1, it gives it more shape, Okay, I don't like that arch. I like that arch better. That's kind of a simple arch, but not too much you can do with limited space. Alright, so let's say we arched those, right? But the stairway, we arched that, but and then let's say it's got to continue into a hall. There's a point that it passes where once we pass the height of the arch, we can start wrapping the stair. And this is important to keep in mind too. And I'm making a lot of this up as I go along, but I'm trying to help you guys, and I'm trying to also help me. So keep that in mind. Let's put those there. All right, so now we're at the height of it, right? And so the walkway could be, I don't want it to be necessarily on top of it. Maybe let's go one higher. Let's go one higher for safety reasons. Because let's say, for example, if this is the top of the arch that goes straight into the library, this then is what am I trying to say? If this is the top of the arch, right, and this then doesn't, and if I made just this floor and I put like railing here or something so people could walk out as like a balcony, like a foyer looking over out into a big thing or something, then it wouldn't really look that good, because you're going to have whatever you make as your rim, and then you're just going to have a thing on top of it. But if you make it higher even, and if now the floor is one block higher than that even, you could recess it and you could add another layer and then make it look a lot better and maybe form it even into it. I hope I'm making sense, but let me try to explain this better. Let me grab this here. All right, so see, this staircase right here is right at block level with this, but I almost threw up in my mouth. That was not good. But on this side, it's one block higher. So, and this is only temporary to show you guys. So, this is one block higher. And so let's say if you're doing this, then this whole floor right here is going to be right here that people are going to be walking on. And then that means that you can't really decorate the inside of this. But if this one that's one higher and it has to go over it, then you could put like some kind of weird colored half slab up here that blends in with the walls and everything, that goes into the library much more effectively than you could if you just spammed a bunch of blocks here and then you had to deal with this block being there right as the top of your ceiling. So basically, we're just giving each and every single area more room to have depth and its own. There's no clashing of different parts of the house, is what I'm trying to say. You don't want the clashing. You want everything to flow. You want everything to have its own individuality and uniqueness to it. Is basically what I'm trying to say. And I hope that made sense. All right, let's go to sleep. I don't know how long I'm going to record. I really got to start watching my times. I'm getting really bad about that. But, yeah. We're going to talk here for a minute or two more, and then I'll probably check my time. Let's go to sleep. Alright. So, over here. Alright, so we have this now. We kind of have an idea of like, alright, well, if this extends, then, and even so, if this is the wall, well, this could even be pushed back. Because if I were to make some sort of walkway right here and have some sort of chandelier on top, maybe even, as part of decoration, hanging down, then that would, one, mean we need a really high ceiling, and two, it wouldn't look that good if you just had a balcony overlooking these 4 blocks. So if the wall is going to extend into here, for example, then you could just even push this back into the house, and then you would have this kind of foyer, I guess is the proper term, foyer of the house where everything is cool. And this is an idea that is, I like it. I've always wanted to do kind of the double staircase thing, and I might actually do it. I'm probably going to lay some things out off camera. next episode, I plan on trying to figure out maybe where we could potentially set up the center of town. So yeah, I hopefully we can do that, and yeah. So. Is there anything else I can? Is there any more knowledge I can impart upon you guys this episode? The foyer is probably going to get pushed back. I do like this idea. I'm going to work with this arch a little bit more to see how well it can be done, and the staircase might even be widened to 3 blocks. But I think 2 blocks is good. I think 2 blocks is realistic. 3 blocks feels kind of big. Three wide staircases feel really huge. There's just something about it, going from a 2 staircase to a 3 block staircase just feels so freaking large. And this kind of allows us to, one, add a banister and other things. And just to also mention, if this arch isn't here and the arch is like way pushed back in beyond the staircase, you can still do some sort of overhang of it. That's like a balcony deck type thing to make it look good and give it support. And then you'd have your own separate walls here, and I don't know, it'd be interesting. So we'll work with those ideas. The biggest things that I have to lay out are where do I want my storage, where do I want my bedroom, and stuff like that. Bedroom I definitely want upstairs, but we have to think of other things as well to go in the house. The house is going to be functional, but I do think it should have some parts that kind of make it more of like a stylistically sound house, where it's just more of a creative thing. But I still want the house to be usable, and I want it to be very useful to us, and I want it to look very, very nice. So that is my goal. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and we will see you guys later. I don't know why I said that like that, but because I'm just trying to take screenshots. Cool. Alright, so anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, all the stuff. I'm gonna record the next episode right after. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Yeah, see ya.